I think they will be very, very good. But this game was just a clear reminder of these guys being levels and these guys just not being there yet. And I think that's perfectly fine. But wow, PSG, what a statement. What a statement, man. What a statement. For anybody watching on YouTube, right now I'm streaming on Twitch for the day of the final. Sunday, 6:30 UK time, I think it's 1:30 US time. That's when the coverage is going to start. Come to my Twitch, Lias Bouzidi, just my name. I'll be streaming a stream for Adidas and Twitch with some of the biggest Twitch creators. A few of them I'm sure you're going to know. It's going to be a good time. PSG versus Chelsea. I hope to see a few of you guys there. But guys, like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.
Ooh.
You can't beat me. Please, lend me your energy. Take You can't beat me. Let me have a go.
Ooh.
You're done for. Big bang. The power.
I was just
Now, cut.
so you. I'll fight with you.
All right. Fight. You better.
Come on.
There's no possible.
Just one?
You can't beat me. I'm very angry. See? You like that? Get ready. I'm gonna take you down. No holding back. I'm gonna take you down. You and me. I'm gonna take you down.
Oh my god, just fucking move. Fucking nothing.
I'm gonna take you down. No holding back. Get ready.
Man. Disgusting.
happy this happened, and I think we needed an ass beating in our lives. I think everyone needs an ass beating in their life. I think I'm happy to happen now. I'm happy to I'm happy this happened, and I think we needed an ass beating in our life. I think everyone needs an ass beating in their life. I think I'm happy to happen now. I'm happy to happen just before the season starts. I'm happy that we got cooked just before the season started. Because I think in life you need an ass beating. In life you need your parents just to fight you, fam. Then they slap you, throw remote controls towards you, belts, everything, fam. Some loose everything. Bro, that's what happened to me. And look, I've matured and grown as a person. And I think parents need to do that. And I think I'm happy Paris Saint-Germain did it to us. Because now we're going to grow from this. We're going to be better from this. We're going to approach next season with a complete different mindset, with a complete different vision. It's good to get an ass beating because in life, you learn from these ass beatings. Right now, we know what we need to do next season and what's right and what's wrong. After watching this game, I know what's right and what's wrong. I'll tell you exactly what's right with this game and what's wrong with this game. And there's so many wrongs with this game. There are so many wrongs. I can start with 1, I can start with 2, I can start with 3, brother,
I've got a full list of wrongs with this team. That's also a couple rights. Players that came off the pitch and actually did very well. Certain person coming off the pitch, and I'm looking at it like, Bubba, you can be a teammate next to Dean. And other things have also been good. The fact that Portsmouth VPN is sponsoring. Portsmouth VPN, thank you for allowing me to watch the Club World Cup using your streams. Using your streams, and I think everyone's doing the same thing by scanning the barcode right now on the screen. Click the link in the description, and you can be happy as well. Paris Saint-Germain, you saw what they did. They used every single player that's been using Proton. And look at them. Look at how they're playing. If you want to use Proton, you'll be good as well. But trust me, forget about good. There's so many bads about this team. So many bads about this team. And it starts. I feel sorry for Xabi Alonso because Xabi Alonso came into this game and he had a game plan. He had a clear identity to what he wanted to do. He told the players before the game, this is how I want to play. This game plan got disrupted straight before the game. Trent got down. Trent went down with an injury and it was bad. It killed his full game plan because you guys don't understand the impact that both Trent and Dean Boyton has towards this team. Both of them are important. Not only defensively, by the way, they are important on the ball. Dean Hoyson is a cheat code on the ball because while he provides carrying the ball forward, his vision and his passing ability, Trent Alexander-Arnold is an absolute cheat code on the pitch when it comes to ball play, when it comes to chance creation. You saw how Real Madrid played for the past couple of games. It's because of the fact that how impactful these two players are on the ball. That's why Real Madrid, you saw them. Today, when you don't have your best ball player and your best defender in Dean Hoyson and your best chance creation, your best creator in Trent Alexander-Arnold, the team is going to struggle. The first couple of minutes, Real Madrid started well. You sensed they were up for it. Like Vinny was pressing on the right. We saw Vinny play on the right hand side. We saw Mbappe play on the left. The team were pressing. It was good. We had a chance earlier. We got a corner. But then, it went all downhill. It's very, very, very difficult for a team to recover when not only one defender is committing a mistake, but two defenders are committing a mistake. It's difficult for a team to recover from that because deep down they know I've done everything that I can and my team still let me down. So I always say this is your third game that you've started. The first game you started, you committed a mistake against Al Hilal, the penalty, they scored. The second game you started, after 3 minutes you got sent off, you committed a mistake, and they scored. This is your third. You didn't start against Salzburg. You didn't start against Dortmund. You didn't start against Juventus. You got your moment now. You got your moment now where you basically told Xabi Alonso, I'm not going to be reliable. What kind of stupid mistake is that for you to do straight at the beginning of the game? You basically disrupted this whole game plan. And it's fine. Rudiger must have looked at you and said to himself, you know what? This is what a leader does. A vet to say this to his colleague, to his teammate, to his younger teammate. Don't worry, bro. Chin up. Chin up, heads up. It's fine. Commit a mistake, it's fine. It's still early. Still within 10 minutes. We've still got 85 minutes to go. Don't worry. It's a long game. But then his teammate does the exact same thing and drops a howler, commits a mistake, loses the ball, and 2-0 Paris Saint-Germain within 15 minutes. 2-0 within 15 minutes. 2-0 within 10 minutes. And 10 minutes in, it's 2-0. So how do you expect now a team to recover from this? When already within 10 minutes in, they're 2-0 down. We, as a fan base, we're losing hope. That's fine. We're a team. We're a fan. We're watching our team letting us down. But the moment the players lose hope, is the moment the game is over. And at 3-0 down, when we concede the third goal, everyone lost hope. From us, to the players, to the manager, everyone at Real Madrid lost hope. And when that happens, the game is pretty much over. I never expected us to score a goal. I never expected us to come back. I was just hoping and praying that it would stay at 3-0. it wouldn't be 4-0 or 5-0, 6-0, 7-0. Because at one point in that first half, it could have been 4-0, it could have been 5-0, it could have been 6-0, it could have been 7-0, it could have been 8-0. Thibaut Courtois made 2 crucial saves in that first half. That first half could have been 5-0. And credit to Paris Saint-Germain, because the second half was so shit. In the second half, they didn't even try. They took out Valverde, they took out Kavica, they took out Dure, they took out Mendes. They played on 5th gear. They played on absolute. They showed us mercy. They felt sorry. They were like, you know what? You guys are not as good as what we would thought you were. Like, why did everyone hype you guys up after you beat Salzburg and you beat Dortmund? You guys are not that good, bro. That's what they felt sorry for us. And who can blame them when you have a team of 11 players in the first half? No one showed any heart in this first half. No one showed desire. No one showed fight in the first half. And here's me thinking, you know what? The second half, Xabi Alonso is going to make some changes. Xabi Alonso is going to take some certain players out and put certain players in. I thought certain changes were going to be made in the second half. Nope. The exact same player started the second half. No changes. No subs was made. 50 minute, 55th minute, 60th minute. And then you bring on Luka Modric, which I understand. It's fine, no problem at all. It's his last ever game. Then I see Militao come on. I'm like, I mean, you've got Rodrigo on the bench. Why is he not coming on? Then I'm seeing Brahim Diaz come on. Okay, I mean, Rodrigo's on the bench. Then I see Danny Carvajal come on. I mean, are you not seeing the same person I'm seeing who's currently sitting on the bench? Then you bring Lucas Vazquez on, and this is when I know, the moment I saw Lucas Vazquez come on, I was like, brother, Rodrigo, you might as well pack your bags, bro. You might as well sell your yard, put it on Zuka, on Rightmove, put it on auction, you're out fucking. When your manager's not looking at you and you just concede the 4th goal, what's the point of being there? And this game showcased a lot to me, by the way. This game showcased that Paris Saint-Germain is the best team in the world, and by a big distance. This showcased to me that no one can compete with Paris Saint-Germain when it comes to the firepower, when it comes to the quickness, when it comes to the midfield battles, when it comes to how good the attackers are, and when it comes to the fullbacks. That fullback pairing of Nuno Mendes and Hakimi might be the best pairing in the whole world. By far. By far. No one can compare to that. No one can compare to that. Now forget Paris Saint-Germain. I'm not going to talk a lot about Paris Saint-Germain because the first half they all showcase the whole world who they really are. The second half they basically felt sorry for us. They played at 5th level, 5th gear, and the second half they didn't even try. They didn't even try and still scored a goal against us. That's so embarrassing. Let's talk about us now. Let's talk about us as a collective. This team, I'm not going to judge this team after one game against Paris Saint-Germain, against the best team in the world. They are the best team in the world. I'm not going to judge this team because we missed 2 of our most important players when it comes to possession and when it comes to defensive. I'm not going to judge this team because of the fact that the first 2 goals we conceded were 2 massive, massive mistakes from 2 of our centre-backs. If I put myself in that position, if I'm a defender, if I'm a fullback, if I'm a midfielder, if I'm a striker, if my name is Tim Mbappe and I'm looking at my 2 centre-backs dropping 2 mistakes back-to-back within 5 minutes, it's hard for me to have any sort of confidence for the rest of the game. It kills my whole mood. It kills my whole momentum. The momentum was completely over within 10 minutes. Within the first 10 minutes, the game was over because of 2 massive mistakes. This has got nothing to do. I'm not even going to put on Xabi Alonso. One thing I will put on Xabi Alonso is his decision making in the second half. I don't understand the reasoning for not bringing Rodrigo on. Yes, Rodrigo made the mistake of tweeting mid-game last game, and that's fine. Rodrigo could have changed the game in the second half. I don't understand what personal agenda you have towards Rodrigo. I don't understand the vendetta you have towards him. I don't know if you don't like him, if you hate him. Rodrigo could have done way better than 3 of our main attackers right now. Because none of these 2 players showed anything in the first half or the second half. The only person that I'm looking at this team, by the way, I'm not going to give anyone a pass, except for one person, which I'll come to. No one deserves a pass in this team. Mbappe at least tried. Jude Bellingham, which I don't understand, he had a very poor first half. The second half, though, he was the only one trying to drag the team forward, trying to bring the team forward. He had one run that went past 3-4 players, shot for interception. And I felt from there, that could be the moment, the turning point for Jude to have a good game. And 2 minutes later, he took him off. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense that you take him off within just 2 minutes after that. Mbappe, again, had moments. Fede tried, showed heart. But everyone else, Thibaut, he's going to save us every single game. Everyone else did. So bad. I'm not here to talk about, I don't care about individual performance anymore. I'm sick and tired of this team. I'm sick and tired of this game. I just want to move past it. It's been fun. Club World Cup. We've got 72 million after only playing 5 games. Hopefully we use that money to try and actually bring reinforcement. I'm just upset with certain things, and that's how I'm going to pretty much end this video with. I'm upset that Rodrigo never came on when he should have come on. I'm upset that now Rodrigo is going to leave Real Madrid when I feel like he still has a massive role to play for this team. I feel sorry for Rodrigo. We have let Rodrigo down. The fact that he, as a player, his talent and level, stays on the bench, sits on the bench, and looks up and sees Brahim Diaz, Danny Carvajal, and Lucas freaking Vasquez come on and knock himself, I wouldn't blame him if he tomorrow goes to Real Madrid and says to Florentino Perez, here is my transfer request, let me go. Because I would do this exact same. My manager's not looking at me or trusting me when he's losing 3-0. I'm not happy with the fact that not a single player showed heart. I don't care if two players ruined the whole game, but at least run, show fight, show hunger, show desire. No one showed anything. The only, and I repeat, the only thing that we can take away from this game and say to ourselves, you know what? This is the only main takeaway is the fact that Eder Militao came off the bench and actually performed beautifully. Eder Militao came off the bench and it looked like we were seeing him before, not the second ACL, not the first ACL, but before that. What a performance he dropped defensively. He did more in 5 minutes than both Raul and Rudiger did combined. That was such an amazing impact just off the bench. And I said it last month when I was talking about the different centre-back options after we signed Dean Huijsen. And I said it to myself, Real Madrid's best partnership is as simple as that. It's Dean Huijsen and Eder Militao if he stays healthy. I had no faith that Eder Militao would come back from his injury, back-to-back ACL for both different knees. I had no faith he would come back and perform well. If this was just a glimpse, and if this is more signs to come for next season, this would be by far our best centre-back pairing, because they complement each other so perfectly. I was very happy with his impact off the bench. I was very happy with his cameo. I think he played amazingly. He had a moment where he shot, his reading of the game was so good. The amount of times that he blocked a couple passes and interception is because of his IQ. He's so smart for a centre-back. Even the last goal, he managed to recover on Barcola. Not once, but twice. He managed to try to run with Gonzalo Ramos. I don't even blame him for the fourth goal because Rudiger just got beaten so easily, and Frank Garcia got beaten so easily by Gonzalo Garcia. So, but Militao's cameo was so good. The rest, though, there's no point talking about it because the Club World Cup is now done. Let's now look into next season. There's a lot of things that we need to do for next season. We're not the best team in the world. I knew this. Go watch my preview. I literally said it that my heart says something else because my heart will always believe in this team. Brother, I knew we were going to lose this game. I literally said it in my last preview video. We're going to lose this game 4-1. I thought we were going to score at least 1 goal. We didn't. I knew we were going to lose. The moment I saw Dean Huijsen is the moment I knew that the defense was kicked. We are going up against the best, the fastest, the trickiest, and the most technical front three in the whole world. And you expect us, with a back line of Frank Garcia, Rudiger, and Raul, and now no Trent, you think that we're gonna see the concede? It was never gonna happen. The moment that was making voices, and the moment Trent got injured before the game even started, it was basically GG before the game even started. And then we see two bums commit two mistakes, and it makes it even worse. It makes it even worse. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. You know what? What can you say? What else can you say, man? Listen, Xabi Alonso's still got a lot to learn. And Xabi Alonso, I'm excited for what's going to happen next season. I'm excited what's going to happen. Our next game is literally in August. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of speculation. Goodbye to four players. Let's say goodbye to Rodrigo, because that is his final ever game for Real Madrid. Not today, but as a whole. Let's say goodbye to Luka Modric, our great silver midfielder. Let's say goodbye to Jude Bellingham, because he's now off to do surgery. And let's say goodbye. I'm not even going to say his last name. Should I do time? Let's just say goodbye to Lucas Vazquez for staying as a servant for Real Madrid for the past 8 years, and his highlight moment of his career is him doing this against Atleti in the penalty shootout in 2016. It's him doing this against Atleti in the penalty shootout in 2016. Hey, listen, man. Put on comments what you guys think of the game. Don't forget to like the video. Thank you so much. We have hit 80,000 subscribers, which is actually crazy. We are 20,000 subs away from hitting 100k, which to me is mad. It's mad. It's mad. But yeah, man, I love all of you guys who's been showing love, supporting, subscribing, and if we hit 100k in the next couple months, I might be the happiest man in the whole world. Let's see.
So here are the match stats there. PSG just absolutely dominant in this one. And Ale, I'm going to go to you first on this one, because really and truly, we know that you were the only one choosing Real Madrid to win. We all said PSG, but they were absolutely blown out of the water.
You know that the stats don't even actually tell the whole story. As dominant as those stats were, the game itself was even worse from the perspective of Real Madrid. This was a backside whoop. PSG completely dominated Real Madrid in every facet of the game. And I can honestly tell you that this game was over even before it started. The lineups come out, and we were having this conversation as we're watching. How are these pieces going to fit for Real Madrid? And my first comment to Stewie was, they don't have enough players in the midfield. They don't have enough numbers in the midfield to try to contain the best part of PSG, which is that midfield. And so while we can focus on the individual mistakes of Raúl Asensio, of course, Antonio Rudiger, of course, before the Raúl Asensio mistake, PSG already had a clear chance by Nuno Mendes, and it took a great save from Thibaut Courtois, where they had been broken through. It was either, they were either going to get broken through 5 minutes in, 10 minutes in, 20 minutes in. It was only a matter of time. This setup from Xabi Alonso and the player personnel that he chose for this particular game, the pieces did not fit. He essentially, what he tried to do, and I have to imagine, I have to start Mbappe. And I need to start Gonzalo Garcia as well, because he's been great. And Vini's going to have to start too. So how do we make these pieces fit? I'm going to put Valverde out of the midfield, out into the right back position, and I'm not actually addressing his absence in the midfield. So you've taken the player that gives you the most activity through the midfield, at least defensively, the more back and forth players that you have in Valverde, you toss them out to the right-hand side, and you don't cover his absence in the midfield. It made absolutely no sense. We were talking about it ahead of the game, and we actually saw it play out. PSG far superior to Real Madrid in every which way, and the midfield of PSG completely dominated the pace of this game.
Robert, what did you think of how Xabi Alonso lined up his men? Because we were speaking about the players that wouldn't take part and how he would be able to incorporate Mbappe as well as Garcia.
Ali's already spoken about it because they played Gonzalo Garcia on the right-hand side, and he's not a right-sided player. He's a centre-forward, an out-and-out centre-forward. A goal scorer. He's proved that in the last 3 or 4 games. So to play him out on the right-hand side wasn't quite right. Vinny Jr. went on the left, went on the right, Mbappe played through the middle. They kept on swapping around. But it wasn't just the formation and the lack of players in midfield, it's what you do within that system. Now, Real Madrid didn't do either. You either press the ball as a team, or you back off and stay compact. If you don't press it at the front, then you have to be compact and work really hard in midfield and at the back to make sure there's no space. They didn't do either. The midfield players, I watched, and I don't particularly get on with him at the moment in terms of how I think he plays and his work rate, Bellingham. I watched Chouameni, I watched Goulet, and they're standing in their positions, they're keeping their shape, but PSG are running in between them and getting the ball. There's no energy, there's no effort, there's no determination to go and win the ball. If your front three aren't really pressing the ball, because they were dropping a little bit deeper and giving PSG time on the ball, then you need to work harder the next 7 players. They've got to be really compact, they've got to work hard, they've got to make good decisions. And Real Madrid made poor decisions all over the field. The brilliant goal that we saw, the great move down the right-hand side. First of all, Rudiger came out into midfield and got played around. Bellingham got played around by Hakimi. The next recovery runs aren't right. All those things were wrong. As brilliant as PSG were, they were made to look even better by a really poor Real Madrid performance.
Wow, I've never seen Robert break down something so passionately. I can't tell if he's impressed by PSG or disgusted by Real Madrid. Well, let's go to someone who is definitely always disgusted in Mark Ogden. And Frank Leboeuf, who is always happy, especially when PSG gets a win. But Augie, let me come to you first because you were there at the MetLife Stadium. You heard from the boys in the studio. What were your thoughts on what went wrong for Real Madrid?
Well, I mean, what went wrong for Real Madrid? They were playing the best team in the world, and I think PSG really showed it today. I think Real were poor, and in terms of personnel. Why don't you play Dani Carvajal at right? Play Dani Carvajal at right back, put Valverde in midfield, then that kind of solved the problem. But PSG were brilliant today. I mean, I was watching that thinking, Barcelona, the Pep's Barcelona 2009-2011 team were the best team in the world. They're the reference point. And PSG, they're getting close to that. That midfield that PSG have, if the team is Neves and Fabio Ruiz, they can do everything that Barcelona team can do. Xavi, Andres, Iniesta, Sergio Busquets, they do it all. Obviously, they haven't got the longevity that Barcelona have, and that is a test now. Can PSG build on this, and can they become the dominant force at Barcelona? But they are a really, really good team, and they absolutely destroy Real with their movement, their pace, Dembele, Hakimi. I mean, you can go on, but Real were very, very poor today. It could have been 6 or 7. At one point during the game, we actually asked our stats people what is Real Madrid's heaviest ever defeat. It's 8-1, by the way, against Espanyol. It didn't come close to that, but there were times they could have 5 or 6 quite easily. So all credit to PSG, they were outstanding today.
Frank, let's bring you in, shall we? Because I know you're extremely happy. How happy are you with what you saw from your boys?
That was absolutely magnificent in a way that they confirm what we all thought. They are the best team in the world, and we try to find what went wrong to every opponent playing against Paris Saint-Germain, where what went wrong for the others is the fact that they played against Paris Saint-Germain. Starting with Liverpool, following with Arsenal, then Atletico Madrid, a little bit Bayern Munich, of course Inter Miami, and today Real Madrid. You don't know how to cope with that team, because that team is perfect from the goalkeeper to the striker. And they all became permute, they became substitute players, they all play the same football, they all understand each other, they compensate everything. I had Hakimi talking in the press conference after the game, saying how Joe Neves was so important for him to free him and to allow him to go forward because he was compensating. They all work together where we don't see that to the other team. Paris Saint-Germain, yes, perfect. Jimmy Carragher made on the social network a comment, which is kind of an early statement, but he said, when I see Paris Saint-Germain play, it's like Barcelona with Pep Guardiola at the time. It's the beginning of it. I don't know if it's going to last as long as that fantastic team, but they're unplayable right now. They're really unplayable, and it can be, yes, of course not Real Madrid, because Real Madrid, we have seen all the season long, the last season, how I've raised it big. But we are talking about Liverpool, we are talking about Arsenal, even Atletico Madrid with the way.
Oh, I believe we lost Frank there. We're getting back too much excitement.
They had enough.
To Frank's point, and I'm in full agreement. And then while there's a lot of criticism for Real Madrid, no question, I really think the bigger story here is PSG and how good they continue to show themselves. Coming into this tournament, we weren't quite sure how teams would address it. It's like a pre-season kind of glorified for so many of these clubs. And PSG coming into this as defending European champions, they probably had the biggest excuse as to what down in tools without there being any kind of blowback. Yet again in this tournament you just feel that they've gotten better and better. And if you look at Real Madrid and you look at Xabi Alonso, what he did right, what he did wrong, maybe more to the point. Real Madrid's team to match up against PSG, you have to have a match of quality and running. Whether you want to argue if Real Madrid have the quality, maybe we could, they certainly don't have the running. Outside of Valverde, I'm not sure who stays step for step with anybody in PSG's outfield 10. And as a result, there was always going to be a hiding to nothing for Real Madrid, and that's exactly how it proved. In the build-up to the third goal, just as PSG are playing the rope ball around in the bag, we were sitting there watching the game, and I remember Ali and Rob were talking about the starting position of Hakimi, how important it is to PSG, and how advanced it was. And all of a sudden, through him, through that right-hand side, that third goal comes. Because nobody, certainly in the white of Real Madrid, could cope with the legs of PSG on this showing. And given what we've seen, again, we could ask questions as to who in European football, or indeed world football, has both the quality and the legs to match PSG. Certainly nobody in this tournament. It's a big question to ask with the start or restart of the Champions League.
What PSG do so well is that the hardest thing in football is to change your pace. You can play at high intensity, all the time, or you can play it slow and keep the ball. What PSG do is pick the right time to go quickly and the right time to slow it down. So if you want to play a passing game, they pass slowly, they pass it, and then suddenly they see the forward pass and there's a break forward. And that's what happened for that goal. Because it was actually Donnarumma that played the ball out to Hakimi, and they tried to press for once, Real Madrid, and he played around that, and suddenly we're watching the game. Whoa, and your word, oh, here we go. It all open up, and they just do it so quickly. It's brilliant to do it.
So to that point, the reason that you're able to have Hakimi so far up the field, or Nuno Mendes for that matter, so far up the field. Again, Nuno Mendes could have scored a goal 5 minutes in. That's how dominant PSG were right off the bat. It's because you trust that the players that are showing for the ball in the midfield, that not only are they not going to turn the ball over, that they're going to find the splitting pass that now frees up Hakimi and frees up Nuno Mendes. So you're no longer thinking about how do we get from this phase, from the defensive third into the middle third. You already know that you're going to be in the middle third because you trust that your midfield players are going to be able to get on the turn and find the splitting pass, which then allows Hakimi to be in a position where he is 30 yards further forward than he should be. Nuno Mendes, the same thing. You know who's not 30 yards further back defending? In this case, Vini Jr. He's not tracking that run. Is Gonzalo, is Kylian Mbappe tracking that run on the other side for Nuno? No, it's not happening. And so, if you have, they're not fearful. PSG are not fearful of what happens if they turn the ball over because they know they're not going to turn the ball over. And so, therefore, that puts a premium on defending from attacking players. And what do we know for certain about Real Madrid attacking players, in particular Vini Jr. and Kylian Mbappe, that they're not going to chase, that they're not going to defend. And so Hakimi further forward, Nuno Mendes further forward, nobody pressing the ball, then it becomes a whole lot easier for PSG to do what they do better than everybody else in the world.
Here's the other thing too, when you start looking at this PSG team and their personalities, and you talk about quality, every single position, if we're picking the best player in every single position in the park, a PSG player is in the conversation. Yeah. No, you might decide, well, no, I prefer this one over that one. But in that conversation, every single player from PSG starting 11 is in that conversation to be had. And that speaks to, again, the quality that Luis Enrique can call on and what he's poised running that we
And
saw.
also what he's done with the team, because if you looked at those players a year ago, would you have said they were the best players in the world?
A year ago.
6 months ago. He has found a formation and a system of play that made these players look like world-class players, and that's what they are at the moment. A world-class players in a world-class team.
And that's absolutely wild to think, considering that PSG has been listed with world-class players before and were not able to get the main job done, which was win the Champions League, and they had a certain Kylian Mbappe. I believe we have our Frank Leboeuf back. Frank, let me come to you on Mbappe, because of course that was the biggest headline heading into this semi-final, the fact that he was facing his former club, and a club that we know he does care about a lot, but it wasn't a good day for your boy.
Oh no, of course not. And that's just a confirmation that what happened with Mbappe is the result of Mbappe behavior. What he was doing in the past years with Paris Saint-Germain, he didn't allow Paris Saint-Germain to win the Champions League. And we have to say the truth. Even if we think the best on Mbappe when he has the ball and everything, we all consider that he doesn't do enough. And we see it with Real Madrid, 15 times for Real Madrid. He doesn't do the job like he didn't do the job when he was at Paris Saint-Germain. He has a path of working defensively when he loses the ball. So, but that was predictable. And everybody agreed that if he didn't work, if he didn't decide to work with Real Madrid like he wasn't working for Paris Saint-Germain, that would be the same result. And it's what we have. So that guy has to wake up, really. He has to wake up, because he's a fantastic player, but that's not enough to consider that he's having a good career. That's insane, because he ended up being the Pichichi of the Spanish Liga, but everybody, people who know football, can consider that it's not enough. And if you want to be a great player, you have to do something else. He has to wake up.
What do you think, actually, that Kylian Mbappe thinks about himself right now? Because it's one thing to see PSG from afar, see them winning Champions League, and while that would have been a powerful message to him, now he saw it up close. And we are not hanging with this, guys. The team that I'm with right now cannot hang with the team that I was. That was my team. That was my group. But my group did not play close to that well when I was there.
Yeah.
And now the group that I'm in cannot match that. And what's the difference between them and us? Oh, wait a minute. I was there, and they're better without me. And I came here, and you can argue that they're worse with me. Does a player like Kylian Mbappe, as good as he is, as talented as he is he able to have that conversation with himself? Is there enough humility there to have that conversation and say, that team that I left has now become the best team in the world. And the team that I'm with right now was the best team in the world, and it's no longer the case.
The answer is, he will say, 44 goals this season, I've done my job. That's what he will be thinking. I'm sure that's the case.
And I'm sure you disagree.
Oh, I disagree. That's what he will be thinking. 4 goals this season, I've done my job. That's what he will be thinking. I'm sure that's the case.
And I'm sure you disagree.
Oh, I disagree. That's what he will be thinking. He'll say, look, I've scored 44 goals. I've done my job. It's everybody else. That's what players are.
You know those strikers are like,
I know, Shaka. They're not team players, are they?
No.
But Robert, just to the point, sticking with Mbappe and sticking with Real Madrid, we know that Xabi Alonso is still getting